Like, this is gonna be one of the most real videos in trading that you're ever going to see, because it's a problem that you are dealing with. It's a problem that I dealt with. I used to think that I was working hard at trading, right? I'd show up every single day. I was on the charts. I was watching videos. I was trying strategies. I was taking trades. And I genuinely believed I was giving it everything I had. I was giving this every single thing I have. I was eating, sleeping, breathing, trading. But looking back now and talking and mentoring traders over these years, I know that my issue was, and most traders' issue, most failing traders, let's call it what it is. Let's call a spade, right? They never give themselves a chance to even succeed in the first place. This isn't a strategy video. This isn't a video about edge. That shit's simple. That's easy. That's the easiest part of trading. You know, I made a joke video, I don't know, maybe a year ago, as a joke, like a close up on my face. And literally I just looked into the camera and I said, if you want to be good at trading, then stop doing dumb shit. And I meant every single word of it. And I've been there. I did plenty of dumb shit, believe you me. Because the messed up part is, at the beginning, I thought I was trying. I genuinely believed, as I'm sure a lot of you do, that I was trying. Like, genuinely, I thought that I was putting in the work I was supposed to put in. I was on the charts every day. I was watching videos. I was trying new strategies. I was taking trades constantly. So in my head, I'm like, how am I not improving? How am I still doing the same dumb shit over and over again? I'm doing more than most people. I know I'm working harder than most people. But if I'm just being 100% dead ass with you, just real, I wasn't actually building anything. I was just resetting over and over and over again. Whether it was a new strategy, or I go on a little bit of a win streak and then just go on tilt and just give it all back and wreck my account. I'd have a couple losing trades, right? Then I'd just switch something, right? I'd have a few wins. Then I'd start sizing up and get loosey-goosey and then just get loose and lose, right? I know you know what I'm talking about. The market, it would chop me up and just spit me out. Now I'm just looking for something new, or something new to add, or having to start over all again and just erase all that progress that I had. And at the time, I didn't see it. I didn't really start seeing it till a little bit later on. And even more so now, when I see that old me in every single trader that I talk to, every single trader on the planet. There was zero consistency in my behavior, none, right? Like, if you actually broke down my trading back then, it was different setups, or I would change them. It wasn't even the setups. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. It was different risk though. It was different rules depending on how I felt that day. So yeah, I was active, right? I was doing stuff. I was pushing buttons, but there was nothing there that could actually improve. There's nothing there that I could actually improve on. There was nothing to refine. There was nothing to track. There was nothing to build off of. I didn't have any consistency. So even the data that I was collecting in my journal wasn't real. And that's the part I think a lot of people at the end of the day miss. Effort does not mean anything if your behavior is just not consistent. It doesn't. Because if everything keeps changing, if you keep blowing up, if you keep going on tilt, if you keep changing, if you can't control your behavior and who you are in these markets, what are you even getting better at? What? For me, I wasn't sharpening a skill. I was just starting over every single time. And I swear, this is where most traders get stuck for years, because it feels like you're grinding. I'm putting in the work. I'm showing up. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. It feels like you're in it every single day. But in reality, you're never staying in one lane. You're never just doing one thing long enough, the right way. Stop doing dumb shit long enough to just even see if it works. And that was me for the longest time. I never actually truly for years gave myself a chance, a real fighting chance. And this is the part that hit me, and I swear to God, I'm getting goosebumps right now just thinking about it. This is when it all hit me. It wasn't just some big win. I just want you to know, I told you this is going to be one of the best trading videos you ever watched. And it ain't strategy, it ain't edge. This is the real issue. It was never a big win that changed me, right? It wasn't some breakthrough trade or cracking the code or some indicator or some AI high frequency trading algorithm. It wasn't. It was honestly just me sitting there one day, frustrated, off a tilt, as usual, Just having a decompress and just taking a step back. And mind you, this is after a year and a half, 2 years of just grinding and just getting nowhere and asking myself a very, very simple question. Have I ever actually done this the right way? I'm getting goosebumps again. I'm getting goosebumps again. Not have I tried, not have I put in effort, not have I spent time, but have I actually ever taken one system, traded the same way, with the same risk, with the same rules, journaled every single trade? Have I done the right things? Have I shut the market an hour before it opens? Have I planned my trades and traded the plan and not deviated? Because that's a choice. That's a choice. You push the buttons. Have I done all of that long enough to even know if it works? And when I really answered that, when I really thought about it, it was no. Like, not even close. Not once. Every time things got uncomfortable, every time things just kind of didn't feel good, I changed something. And that something could be anything. Risk, sizing up, more leverage, more contracts, whatever it was. Every time I lost, I adjusted. Every time I won, I got loose. So what does that do? I never actually had a clean, simple sample for anything. And that's when it clicked for me. I never actually failed. I've never failed, ever. I've just never actually tested anything properly. Yeah, I wasted a bunch of money in 2 years of my life, but I didn't fail because I never even did something the right way long enough to test it properly. And that realization, man, did that fucking piss me off a little bit, to be honest. It really irked me because now the market wasn't to blame, right? The Twitter bros, the YouTube bros, I couldn't blame anyone else. I couldn't blame the 20 different strategies I tried. It was just me, my behavior, my decisions. And that's when I made a decision. That's when I was done freaking chasing. Right? I couldn't continue to go on and do the same thing over and over again. I mean, that's we all know that's the definition of insanity, right? No more jumping setups, right? No more random sizing, no more this looks good trades, real freaking journaling, real freaking pre-market plan. I just picked one approach. I told myself, I'm going to trade this the same way every single time for long enough that I do not have to guess anymore. And at first, I mean, I got to tell you, it was fucking boring. It felt slow. And honestly, it felt as if I wasn't even trading at all or as much. But I can't tell you enough. I can't tell you enough. For the first freaking time, I actually gave myself a real freaking chance. And realizing all this, this is when everything started to change. And this isn't some feel-good motivational bullshit thing. I'm just being 100% truthful with you. And it's not because I found some insane edge. Dude, my trading setup is fucking simple and it makes sense, right? And if you want to know that shit, I'm not going to do videos on that. That's it. That's simple. I have a whole freaking free course that people charge $6,000 for, tacticaltraders.com. Go to that. I'll teach you how to trade, right? But that's the easy part. The hard part is everything else. If everyone could do, I think a famous trader, it was Douglas who said it. Someone said it. I could literally print my trading strategy in the newspaper and you'd still fuck it up, because you will. But it wasn't because I found some crazy insane edge. Mine's simple. Not because I suddenly became a better trader overnight, but because for the first freaking time ever, after 2 years of I promised you I worked harder than everybody else, and I still do. But that wasn't the issue. My behavior though, now it started to stay the same. It started to be consistent. I had that come to Jesus speech. I had that talk with myself in the mirror day after day. Boring. Same setup, same risk, same rules. And what that did was freaking crazy. It slowed everything down. Before, trading felt chaotic. It did. I was home run Babe Ruthing it on every single trade. And yeah, I'd string together some wins, but then I would give it all right back and then some of them blow an account, right? It felt chaotic. I was reacting to everything. I needed to be in a trade constantly. Every move felt different, right? Every loss felt random because there was no consistency. But now I could actually see what I was doing, like really see it. I started noticing patterns in my own behavior and my own trades in the market. Okay, I keep getting chopped up in this type of condition. Today, perfect example, FOMC day, right? I said to start live trading in Discord with the boys this morning on my live stream this morning. Like, I'm not looking to trade today. Why do you think I say that? Because you know how many FOMC days I've traded and gotten wrecked on? A lot, right? Or, okay, this setup works when I wait for this, right? Or, okay, I'm noticing this happens when this happens. Like, you start noticing not only behaviors in your own, in yourself, but in the market as well. Or, okay, the big one was, I'm the problem here, right? Okay, I'm the asshole, right? Not the market. And that's when it hit me. You can't improve something that's just constantly changing. You're not going to get good data. You're not going to spot pattern recognition. You're not going to become a trader if you can't stop doing stupid shit. And I'm talking to myself here, right? I'm talking to myself. Before, I had no data. I had no real feedback because every trade was coming from like just a different version of me. It was a different mindset, different rules, different risk. So what am I even learning from? Nothing, absolutely nothing. Shit, bullshit, right? But now when I lose, it actually means something. I'm pointing my screen, even though you can't see it. When I lose in the market, it meant something, right? They weren't just random anymore. They weren't just random hits. It wasn't because I sized wrong or did this wrong. I was doing everything I was supposed to be doing the right way. Well, how do I know what to do? Bro, you know what to do. I say it loud and clear in Discord every single day, right? There's plenty of freaking trading books you can read. Pick up any single one of them. They'll tell you what to do. The problem is you've just never given yourself a chance. Now, when I started doing this, not only, I mean, losses mattered, of course, right? But wins meant something too, because I could trace them back to the same behavior, right? Well, when I plan, when I do this right, when I do that, when I wait, and when I confirm, you know, with for me delta and do this, holy shit, I start winning. My win rate starts tricking up. My P&L goes up. I'm pulling ours out of the market. I'm actually pulling money out of my account instead of having to continuously top it off. Crazy, right? And then that's when trading started to feel a lot less gambly, less emotional, less reactive, and just more like I'm finally building skill. Man, I can actually refine this. I can do it. And I'm telling you, that shift, holy shit, right? That shift right there is when you stop feeling stuck. It is, because now you're no longer guessing. Now I'm no longer hoping like, man, I hope this next trade works, right? I'm actually stacking reps now, real reps on the same thing and just letting it play out and letting the math work out. I'm doing the right things. I'm risking properly. I'm trading right. I'm prepping, you know, I'm actually testing a real system here for the first time. Not only that, my behavior's in check. At the end of the day, I push the buttons. You push the buttons. All you have to do is not push them. Well, it's easier said than done. No, it's not. Don't push the fucking buttons. And then let me tell you about Ben. Let me tell you about Ben, the mentor. Let's take a little, we're going to stay on topic here, but we're going to take just a slight detour here, right? Now, this is something that I notice in every single trader that has stood before me in Discord, in the group, people who I've pulled out of their shells, right? People who I've taken and made them see this. Every trader around me, I keep hearing the same things. It's over and over and over again. I hear the excuses, man, I'm not journaling right now, or pull up your journal. Well, you know, I didn't fill out these trades and these trades, or I'm behind. I keep doing the same thing over and over again. I tilted again. Well, I don't think I have an edge yet. And it's like, yeah, no shit, you don't. Look at your behavior. Crypto guys running 20, 50x leverage like it's a casino. Stock traders throwing size at random setups with no plan. Option traders buying 0 DTE contracts, just hoping something hits. No structure, no risk control, no consistency. It's just action. You're just busy, because busy feels like you're progressing even though you're not. And then you're just like, when the confusion hits, when you blow up, it's confusion, right? When nothing works, nothing hits, you're mad at yourself. You feel sick with yourself, and you should. I did. Holy shit, did I ever? I'm not even saying that from a place of judgment. I'm not. I was doing the exact same thing, I promise you. And that's the problem. It feels like you're in the game. It feels like you're trying, but you're not actually building anything. You're just cycling money through bad behavior over and over and over again. And there's cheaper hobbies out there, trust me. And this really opened my eyes to this, right? Like, look, I have people in my DMs constantly, right? Are constantly asking for help, asking me to break down a trade. What do you think about this? Can you look at this trade? What should I be doing? And I tell them this plainly, and I'm not even ashamed for this. Come into the premium group. I'll actually work with you. And it's not about the $100 a month or the mentorship. It's never been about the money for me. It's about this. If you're not even willing to commit at that level, but you're willing to risk thousands of dollars on a shitty freaking trade that you didn't plan for, blowing thousands on random trades, then what are we even doing? You're not serious yet. And that's not an insult. That's just reality. Because this game, it requires commitment. It does. It requires structure. Skin in the game the right way. Not just emotionally, not just financially, but behaviorally. And until that clicks, you're just going to stay in that same loop over and over and over again. And I've seen it 1,000 times. And look, if you take anything away from this other than Ben is super passionate about trading, because I am, because it's my life, because I want people to succeed, I just want you to understand it's not the setup. It never is a setup. It's not some secret strategy or some indicator that you're coding in Pine script. It's this. Most of you haven't failed. You've just never actually given yourself a real chance ever. And you got to really think about that, internalize that, and sit with that for a little while. You've never put yourself in a position where discipline, repetition, and feedback could even work. And oftentimes, if you, well, yes, I have, and it's still not working, you're lying to yourself. I lied to myself for a long time. Even in my journals back in the day, I would lie to myself. And until you do this, and nothing's going to change. Not the strategy, not the results, not you. So here's the reality. This is it. Draw that line in the sand, right? You've been doing this for a year or two, 6 months. Maybe you can use this as a warning if you're just starting off. Stay in your own head, right? You can keep doing what you've been doing, right? You can stay in your own head. You can keep guessing. You can keep resetting every couple of weeks, whether it's from blowing an account, getting out a couple wins, making some money, blowing it, changing this, changing that, trying to figure out and crack the code of the market. Keep telling yourself you're trying, or you can actually commit. You can structure your process like the professional that it takes. Like, this is a profession. This is one of the hardest professions to succeed at from an attrition rate in the world, right? If you think you're just going to waltz in here and not do what you're supposed to do, brother, you're not going to make it. You need to structure your process. You need to get around people who are doing this seriously. Be held to a standard. Have some accountability, because doing this alone, most of you already prove where that leads. Where does it lead? Let me know. Same loops, same frustrations, same results. And I see it every single day. People blowing money in the market, right? But won't invest in structure, won't invest in guidance, won't put themselves in an environment that actually forces them to level up. That don't make sense to me. If you're serious about this and act like it, come get in the room. Come surround yourself with traders who are actually showing up, executing, journaling, taking this seriously. Put your money where the mouth is, not into some random trades, into actually giving yourself a real chance for once. Because I'm telling you, the moment I stopped fucking around, the moment I actually committed, man, that's when everything started to change. And if you're ready for that, you already know where to go.